Okay, so this is probably the first sedan. No, I'm lying, this is the second sedan, but it is the first of this, I guess, type of sedan. It also happens to be the first of the brand on the channel, which is pretty exciting because I'm actually a fan of this brand. But without beating around the bush, I'm Colin and welcome to the review of the Audi A5. Oh, if you were expecting me to insult your mom, well, I didn't want to ruin this video by bringing her up. Anyway, there's the A5. The new A5 is Audi's next step in their executive compact sedans, effectively replacing the A4. But what makes it new? Well, this model is the first to be built on a new premium platform combustion framework with more advanced electronics, improved chassis dynamics, and has the ability to support a modern hybrid system. And believe me when I say, we're quite lucky to have the flagship A5 on test. Alright, this is the Black Edition TSFI Quattro S-Tronic. Now, if that doesn't close your deal, then you're definitely going into business with the wrong people. Someone pure uncultured swines, if I'm being honest with you. But jokes aside, this is a really specced out A5. Before we get into the specs of this, the entry-level A5 comes with a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 146 kilowatts with 340 newton meters of torque, paired up with a 7-speed S-Tronic DCT automatic, and only comes with front-wheel drive. Where this, the A5 Black Edition, takes things 5 steps higher with the same engine and gearbox producing 200 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque, and of course all-wheel drive Audi Quattro. Okay, let me cause some violence on the internet. Is it even an Audi if it isn't Quattro? Fight me in the comments. The Black Edition A5 also comes with torque vectoring to give you the maximum amount of grip on the corners. Now, beyond the amazing power, stability and agility, the Black Edition comes with some unique design elements like the high gloss black exterior accents, the darkened Audi rings, blacked out mirror housings, dark tints for the rear windows, and unique 19-inch black metallic wheels with run flats. Really living up to the Black Edition naming with all the black and dark elements. The calipers are in red though, unique to the Black Edition and the only break of color theme from the package. That's not all you get though. The S Sport suspension, LED headlights Pro, adaptive cruise control, MMI navigation plus with the Audi Connect, a virtual cockpit, 3-zone climate control, sports leather seats with leatherette upholstery, as well as park assist and a rear camera are all features exclusive to the Black Edition. But honestly, just the inclusion of the sport suspension and the black elements had me saying yes. Particularly the grille, which dominates the front styling with Audi's single frame design. The grille itself is wider and flatter, helping with airflow while giving the car a more aggressive look, especially with the honeycomb pattern. The grille is further complemented by the lower bumper, which features large aerodynamic air intakes that are not only improving airflow but also add to the aggressive character of the front end. The grille and bumper are framed by the sharp headlights, which feature digital LED DRLs with selectable light signatures, which are exclusive to the Tech Pro package. Audi has also redesigned the front so the bonnet now sits flush with the bumper, giving the car a cleaner, more futuristic appearance. The bonnet stands out with beautifully sculpted lines that add muscles to the already aggressive front. The bonnet with the sloping roofline gives the A5 an incredible body. It's like a balance of sedan and coupe, just an incredible profile. Now on the Black Edition you're given these amazing 20-inch Audi sport wheels with their black and gloss finishes. They are optional extras, but money well spent here as they provide you with a visibly athletic stance, only complemented by the red brake calipers, which are just a chef's kiss to the wheels. The doors and the side skirts add muscle to the A5 with great body lines. However, the most standout feature, which is going to sound ironic as they are the most subtle, are the door handles. The handles are flush with the door, and unlike a conventional door handle, they are electronic. This is great for the minimalistic and aerodynamic look of the A5. The A5 Black Edition from the side is a beautiful blend of stealth and elegance. However, there isn't anything stealth about the rear, with the full-width LED light bar that connects the taillights, giving the A5 some nice hips to look at. And like the headlights, come with selectable light signatures, making the A5 more personalized to your own taste. The taillights with a slim, sharp design echo the headlights. The rear bumper gets really interesting with the integrated diffuser, which provides visual performance, and thanks to the black edition is in gloss black. The boot lid adds to the sporty look with a subtle lip that actually improves aerodynamics while remaining quite elegant. Now, it wouldn't be in Audi without some amazing looking rectangular exhausts, functional as well, not just for decoration, finished in black to fit with the rest of the black edition theme. Overall, the rear is elegant with some amazing design features. In fact, I would use words like sporty, aggressive, and maybe even classy minimalism to describe the A5. I should mention though that some of these design elements are exclusive to the Black Edition A5, with the Tech Pro adding a lot more in terms of the headlights and taillights. But what else does it add? The Tech Pro package adds a little spice on top of your driving experience, but not in a gimmicky way. So on the Black Edition, you get the S Sport suspension, and pair that up with the Quattro system. Guys, you've got a winning hand in terms of handling for the A5. So what is that spice that the Tech Pro package adds? Well, you get adaptive damper control, which essentially gives you smart suspension in a sense. So you end up with a car that's in a different league of comfortable, and when you need that extra bit of sport performance, it's right there at a flick of a switch. There's absolutely no drama with the A5. There's so much predictability behind the handling. There's so much control. It's honestly such a great feeling car when it comes to the handling, and that's partly thanks to the suspension and obviously all of the technologies mentioned. But yeah, what a beautifully handling car. So this little handy button here helps you select your drive modes, of which you have 4 to pick from. You have efficient, self-explanatory there, comfort, individual, and obviously dynamic. So with efficient, you're obviously prioritizing fuel economy with a little bit of a, softer touch to the throttle response. And this man is sprinting. Go for it, bro, go for it. So with that throttle response, it's not so quick to jump to the high revs. It keeps the revs a bit low, obviously, to prioritize your fuel spend. Now, if you go to comfort, it's a little bit more of a balance between aiming for fuel efficiency, but really aiming for comfort, where the throttle response kind of hits the mid-range, but also slows down slightly to give you a little bit more smoother shifts. Now, individual is a bit of a nice one. It's actually a custom mode where you can set a lot of different aspects of the drive. For instance, how the steering feels, your throttle response to a sense, and how balanced you want the car to feel. But now, obviously, the fun mode, dynamic, is, that's the fun one there, guys. You're getting absolute max from the A5, and it just sets everything high. The problem with dynamic mode is it doesn't seem to know how to do low speed or low range RPMs. I was coming down the hill and I assumed it was going to drop the RPMs, but it essentially just kept it high revving, so it doesn't really care about fuel economy. But it's really fun. You're getting a lot from it. Now, with the Tech Pro package and the S Sport suspension, that will shift over to dynamic and will make the suspension firmer, giving you a lot more handling on the car, but also will reduce what would essentially be the non-existent body roll, keeping the cabin quite stable around those bends. With that being said, when you are taking the bends at a little bit of a fun speed, it really keeps the car really hugging the road. And that's the beauty of the dynamic mode. It just gives you everything from it. Now, obviously, you're not going to use the dynamic mode all the time. I would recommend using comfort or even individual and setting it to your own specifications. So that Audi textbook handling and power means almost nothing without good steering, and the A5 has amazing steering capabilities. And like every other aspect of the A5 Black Edition, it is quite accurate and stable. So much so that you'd think you and the car are in sync. That's how predictable and confident it is. Now, it's also quite adaptable because when you're driving at a slower speed, like say in town, the steering becomes light and feathery. Where you're going on a spirited drive along, Chapman's Peak or even Victoria Road for us Cape Townians, the steering does get a little firm, but not so much that it fights you, but rather where it elevates your confidence in that quattro system handling the roads and the bends. So all is not perfect with the A5. There are a few nitpicks. It's not bad at all. It's just things I feel. You'll obviously feel different. The first one is the power when you're kind of taking off. It doesn't take off gradually in some cases, and I've tried to play around with the drive modes, but I'm not sure if it's just me and my stupidly heavy foot. The other small nitpick, like I mentioned before, was the rev range for dynamic mode. When you're coasting a bit and slowing down, it really keeps you at a high speed, or a high rev range. And yes, I understand why. It wants you to keep at an optimal rev range, so when you put your foot down, it gives you quick power and acceleration. It's just that I wish it was a little bit more intelligent to realize that, no, I don't need this right now. Can we bring those rev range down? But again, those are all small nitpicks that I have a problem with personally. Okay, the overall driving experience of the A5 Black Edition has been very pleasant. It's such a refined and confident car that I honestly can't find anything terrible to say about it. Now, that's not making me biased. It's just a very well-rounded car. Okay, so here's a fun one. Let's see how well it shifts. I'm gonna try and press it and see what we can do. There we go, and bam! Ooh, such buttery smooth. What? And the brakes work perfectly fine too. It's such a fun thing to press it. Also, I want to mention something, that the A5 has torque vectoring, which is an amazing technology if you think about it, where it sort of adapts the wheels in terms of power output according to the actual bend. So like obviously on downhills like this, and yeah, it's such a pleasure just to feel how amazing this car handles around bends. But yeah, guys, that's been the driving experience of the A5. Now, again, like I said, it's thanks to all of the technology in the car, but let's actually see what's on the inside. The interior is a little bit of a roller coaster with its ups and downs. Audi calls the driver's side layout the digital stage, with the majority of the screens pointing towards the driver. There is a curved 11.9-inch digital driver display behind the steering wheel, with a large 14.5-inch infotainment screen just next to it. Now, that's a lot of screen area, but the actual dash is pretty clean with a very premium futuristic look. The slim design for the air vents also happens to contribute to the cleaner aesthetic of the front cabin. The steering wheel isn't flat bottom, but still great to handle, with a number of function buttons as well as the Audi logo. The dash is covered in a number of materials, but most notably the soft touch leatherette that is color matched with the door panels and seats. Okay, so we move over to the seats, which personally I wouldn't have picked the beige color, but it is a little bit of something for someone. These seats are plush, premium and comfortable with great support and adjustments. You also get lumbar and thigh support as well. The headrests are integrated into the seat for a sportier design, but that's not all that's integrated. As part of the 3D premium sound system, there are speakers integrated into the headrest for a clearer call and navigation sound. Both seats are ventilated and heated with a memory function for the driver's seat, set from the door handle control panel. The driver's side feels extra cockpity with the panel, which gives you control without reaching too far. The door panels themselves extend the comfort and elegance with a great use of materials for a cohesive look, finished in the same color as your seats and dash. However, there is still a lot of plastic trim. The handles are a nice touch with their metal look finish and blend nicely with the air vents. Okay, why is there a screen on the passenger side? Well, that's just what Audi does. With this 10.9-inch screen that gives your passenger control over media, navigation and some vehicle functions. You also are able to download apps like YouTube and some games. Why? Well, Audi wanted to create a more interactive cabin for the passenger, giving them the freedom to manage some things without having to distract the driver, as well as a bit more entertainment. The center console falls short for me because of the finish. The gloss black is a fingerprint and scratch magnet and is something we see on cheaper cars to boast premium finishes, but to be honest, it's quite the opposite for me. The center console houses the gear selector, drive mode and media controls, hazard and auto stop start buttons. The wireless charger is also located here, with some storage all neatly arranged in a slick, minimalistic layout. The rear seats are alright, with very comfortable seating with a nice recline to them. However, legroom, headroom, it's got me feeling a little cramped. You've got a number of creature comforts, rear aircon controls and vents, a drop-down armrest with cup holders, as well as a pair of USB-C ports. Not to mention individual heated seats. Not much storage other than the net pockets and the storage on the door. The boot offers 445 litres of capacity with a 40-20-40 split folding rear seats. So beautiful exterior, beautiful interior. Now the last aspects of the A5 that we need to discuss are its tech and safety, of which there is plenty. Let's start with the standard tech. Inside, we've already covered the screens, the 11.9-inch digital instrument cluster, configurable through Audi's virtual cockpit, and the 14.5-inch MMI touchscreen, which controls navigation, media, climate settings, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got the 3-zone climate control, electronically adjustable sport seats, and Audi's convenient key with safe lock for keyless access. There's also a wireless phone charger, along with high-powered USB-C ports delivering up to 100 watts, meaning you can even charge a laptop. Moving to the exterior tech, the A5 comes standard with LED headlights plus automatic high beam controls, distinctive daytime running lights, and LED rear lights. You also get heated, folding and auto dimming mirrors, acoustic heated insulated glass, and projection lights in the mirrors that project the Audi logo onto the ground when you unlock the car. Around the back, you get an electronically operated boot lid with hands-free access, so simple foot gesture underneath the bumper will automatically open the boot. And all of this comes standard across the A5 range. Now we get to the fun stuff, the optional add-on tech features of the A5. First is the Bang & Olufsen's 3D premium sound system, which upgrades the standard Audi sound system, adding 16 speakers placed throughout the cabin, even in the headrests, creating a true 3D surround sound experience. There's also a heads-up display, projecting speed, navigation, and driver assistant information directly onto the windscreen. The Ambient Lighting Package Pro upgrades the standard ambient lighting, adding multicolor lighting with more zones throughout the cabin. And finally, there's the panoramic glass sunroof with switchable transparency, letting you adjust the amount of light coming into the cabin at the touch of a button. Starting with the standard safety tech, the A5 comes with adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning with emergency assist, as well as front and rear emergency braking assist. Around the car, a network of sensors and cameras support systems like the side assist with exit warning, rear cross traffic assist, rear turn assist, as well as parking assist. You also get driver attention monitoring systems, proactive occupant protection, and a full set of front, side, and head airbags. Okay, so the A5 range starts from 1,123,000 Rand. That gets you the base model. Now, for the black edition, you have a starting price of 1,281,800 Rand. But like I've been mentioning throughout the video, there have been a lot of add-ons to this car. Now, all of those add-ons add a lot more performance, tech, convenience, and comfort. And the base of this entire car that we're seeing in front of us is going to set you back just under 1.6 million Rand. That is a lot of money. So its rivals have roughly the same power output, but what the A5 brings to the table is the quattro system. Not a lot of these cars have all-wheel drive, and that plus the power makes it a perfect pair. I like big boots and I cannot lie. Okay, 1.6 million Rand is a lot of change to spend on a car, but if you take into consideration the aspects of the technology, the performance, and how all of those things make your life a little bit more comfortable and convenient, the A5 becomes a way more compelling car to purchase. And my time with the A5 Black Edition is almost to an end, but it has really convinced me that sedans are still a great choice in 2025. This really blends a daily driver with such sport and soul, but I'm not sure about that price. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and please remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace for now.